Hello people of YouTube and welcome to a slightly wet New Nerdington. Yes, the weather isn't particularly lovely, but that is not going to stop us from making progress today. I'm just speeding through this because it is currently nighttime, which is ever so slightly not optimal for, you know, actual seeing purposes, but I do want to keep the day and night cycle on because it kind of keeps it realistic as well. So, you know, we'll just have to deal. I quite like it with the day and night cycle on. Right, I have quite a lot of plans that I don't think I'll be able to push in one episode, but first of all, very important announcement in relation to the series. I added 2 packages of DLC. I added the mass transit one. I wasn't going to say public transport one, but it's called mass transit, so there you go. I added mass transit and I added park life because they were on sale on Steam, and Steam sales are the bane of my existence apparently. So yeah, plans. What are we gonna do for plans? You know, having mass transport is lovely and all, but it means that I now have so many more options, and I absolutely am in love with the monorails, although I don't think we're gonna be able to do much, at least in this sort of size of town yet. We might have to do something with them later, though. But for the time being, actually, before we do anything else, let us put a bus stop hereabouts. Where are bus stops? Because I realized, watching back an episode, that I have completely forgotten about that. So there you go. You now have a bus stop. Good job. Also, I really need to address the line selection of these guys in the roundabouts. I want to add this road back in here because there is more than enough, you know, accessibility into all parts of town now. I want to pull this out of here and into this neighborhood as well, so that the garbage trucks and services have easier access everywhere. And I really want to add a train station. So I think that particular thing is going to be our priority for today, the train station building. And I have an idea for the type of train station I want, because I also want to have undergrounds, or metros, I guess, if you're not from the UK. Yes, I want to have undergrounds. Let's have a look, because as I've said before, I sometimes play in an alternate universe version of this map. I save it to like an experiments type of file, as in I literally call it New Nerdington Experiments, and then just play around and see what my options are. And I added in undergrounds, and holy shit, public transport got a lot better. So that's a slight priority there as well. Yeah, additionally, I also added a new mod in the form of, not that, we already knew about that one. But if I now build roads and I click that there, I have fine road, I think, controls, or fine road tools, something like that is what it's called. And it integrates very nicely with fine road anarchy, which is good. It allows me to have more control over the roads I build, which, you know, is always a good thing indeed. Right, that still works very well. In my experimenty map, I also built an entrance off of here, which got surprisingly little traffic, interestingly enough. So we're gonna do that as well, definitely. Right, lots of talk of plans. I also want to expand this and build a university, so definitely more than enough ideas going around as of now. Let's get you in use again. I don't know why I'm still dealing with actual landfills. I guess they're kind of serving as a buffer for these guys. Yes. Oh, and also I kind of want to, after I have my my public transport situation sorted out and maybe expand a little more, I want to make this section into a more touristy, specialized area. But that can wait a couple of episodes, I assume. But at least, there you go, you have an overview of what the, you know, the plan is for New Nerdington. And obviously, we're going to decorate the beach as well. I really like the way this looks, actually. This turned out a lot better than I thought it had. That actually really looks quite nicely. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to make this into a proper park. Now that I have park life, I can make this into a decent actual attraction, which is very good. Right, where were we gonna get started? I think public transport was what I said, right? Train station. So what we're gonna do is pull this into here, and use a modded train station that has underground connections. So in there, it's not that one. This one is a ridiculously large train station that comes with the public transport or mass transit. There you go, the mass transit DLC. But I like it a lot, but it's less functional than this modded one, and they, to be honest, look relatively similar. So I think I'm gonna go with this one instead, just because I first of all, I just like the look of it. It's nice and modern and big. But it has underground connections. As you can see there, it has underground connections. So let's actually just start building, because, you know, doing a lot of chatting. Sorry, dude, you were gonna turn in there. You guys are gonna disappear. I'm so sorry. Ever so sorry. Right, let's do this thing. Good. Why are you not nice tree-based roads? I'm gonna get you, pull you out of here and into thereabouts, I reckon. Let's see, how are we gonna solve this? The whole train situation. I guess something like that. No, let's pull you slightly back. We'll figure this out. And then go to regular ones, because I want people to be able to park and pull up and that sort of thing. So let's go around the corner, maybe 4 to 4. Yeah, does that work? 4 to 4? Sure, let's say that works. And then out of there, I'm not entirely certain how large the whole train station situation is, but let's see. Before we do anything rash, let's see, how big are you? You are quite large, so I think if I go 3 or 4 that way and then 3 or 4 the other way, we'll be able to do something nicely with that. Okay, let's do that. So what did I say? 5? Yes, let's go with 5. Do I want a roundabout sort of situation here? That might work. But first, let's pull off here. I know that's supposed to be trees, but I'll upgrade that in a second. That was 4 to 4. Come on, give me 4. There you go. And then 5. Perfect. Okay, and of course this is going to be turned around as well. Yes, so then I need them to loop around and back in there, and then maybe... Do they need to go all the way back to the roundabout to get in here then? I don't know. Difficult situation. I might have to alter this later, but for the time being, I kind of like the way this is going. So let's pull you off there. Right, roads, anarchy on, obviously. And in there. Actually need you to go like 2 further. That would be kind of nice of you, if you wanted to do that. But you probably won't. Right, and then you need to become this. Slightly nicer looking tree-based. Nice. There you go. Okay, and that I want to pull around. So let's see, how are we going to solve that? Okay, important question. Is this ridiculous? I think the answer might be yes. This looks a little bit weird and over the top, maybe. So let's just get rid of all of that. I know I did the work and put in the time, but you know, progress demands sacrifice or something along those lines. I don't know. Let's get rid of that as well. No, let's not upgrade it. Let's probably get rid of it and go to straight roads. I kind of don't want 3. I want 2. Can I have 2? How are we gonna do this? I don't know what all these snapping things do exactly either, which is slightly problematic. I don't think I want to snap you to the grid. Or I do know what they do, but I don't exactly know how they like react to anything. I don't want road guidelines, but I want to snap you to like, let's see. Can I... I really don't know how to solve this. This is so annoying. Come on. Let me please just... See, that is kind of not what I want. I want it to go right around the corner. Let's have a look. Can we do this in another way? Maybe with some bending. What if I go one... I know that's an invalid shape. Okay, what are you snapping to and what don't I want you to snap to? Yeah, no, one is probably not going to do it. Road length, 2, 2, 2, 2. I mean, it's not quite what I wanted, but I guess it'll look a bit nicer. Let's just do it this way. I kind of wanted to have these roads smack dab next to each other, and I'm sure there's a method to do it. But to be fair, this looks alright, so I'm just gonna stick with the way I've done it right here. All right, let's then have a look at how we're gonna actually connect up our train station situation. Now, we are swimming in money, so that is not a concern. This is a train station I can expand on later as well. Let's see, that is 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, so that is even. I know that the underground stations aren't quite even, but that's okay. So yeah, this is a really interesting mod. I can click on more and more parts of the station. So as I want more platforms, I can just pile on, which I'm not going to do because it costs a metric ton of money. But I can just sort of pile on platforms, which is very interesting and very useful. So that is why I'm rather going with this mod than with the natural or natural vanilla-ish non-modded train station. This one. Even though this one is really, really cool. I don't know. If I don't like this one, I'll change it. But that chance is quite low for the time being. Right, let's give you water. And then let's give you your outside connection. Okay, does that give you water? Will that do the trick? I don't know. Let's see. First, energy as well. You can go from there. Is that gonna delete anything? No, that should be okay, right? Okay, you apparently are slightly clipping, which is why that pole disappeared, but, you know, it's alright. What about water? Did you get water? Yes, you seem to have gotten water. Which means that we can now get tourists in our town. Well, as soon as we actually, you know, connect it up properly. Wow, that's very dark indeed. I can pull you back further, which is good. And then what I can do is just sort of go in there. And then do the same. Let's pull you off there. And then just slightly there and that way. That is good enough for me. I know I can tweak that, and I will later off camera probably to have that angle slightly nicer, but for the time being that works, I think. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so that is good. We can now get tourists into our place, which means that we probably start sorting out the rest of our public transport situation in the form of undergrounds, which I think is quite exciting. Oh, before I actually start with undergrounds, I want to do something else. I had quite an interesting idea. Do I have another? Yes, I do have another plot of land, so I'm going to buy that there, which is going to come in very handy. Because I have the idea of putting a large touristy attraction, namely, which one was it? Is it in here? No, although I could put a department store in there, that's kind of cool. What was the idea that I had? I actually put the transport tower, like smack dab in there in my alternate reality version of this map. No, not that. I want to build a small town somewhere outside the city with that in. I think that'll look quite cool. Not a opera house. Opera house might be nice. If that fits. I don't think that's going to quite fit with my idea, though. But yes, there we go. Expo Center. That's what I wanted to put in. We can have a look at that in a second. Let's see, how does that fit in a block though? That goes 1 over. Oh, that's such an annoying measurement. Do we have anything that's like 6 wide? You are 6 wide, actually. Oh, that is quite pleasant. I might actually then just do an opera house hereabouts. I know that opera houses look so nice by the water, and like in every major city I know has an opera house, they're usually by the water. The main cities I'm referring to here are, I think, Sydney and Oslo. They're the only cities I know of that have an opera house like that. I am not very cultured. Old Market Street. That's kind of cool. We're not going to get there anytime soon, though. Walking tours. Okay, that's a thing we can look into in a little bit in a future episode as well. But yeah, what I wanted to do was have a road pull off here. Let's see. I needed to kind of be 6 wide at one point, so let's just get a standard road, pull that off there. Autosave makes everything a little bit jittery. And then, let's see, that would be 2 wide, right? Then I need to scooch over 2 more to thereabouts. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. There. And then that needs to go there. Okay, that one can definitely go. That one can also go for the time being. Right. What did I want to do? I wanted to grab you and get my one-way roads. Perhaps just that one. How much is that to there? That whole end is 15. Let's see, let's go down to I guess 3. And 3 up and slightly to the side. I don't know how far we're gonna have to go to pull something like this. What did I do? 3 and then... That is somewhat decent, but not quite what I want yet. We'll have a look at that in a second. How much... That was the angle I went at. Okay, I need you to not snap to the grid because that is highly annoying. There we go. And then there. Okay, let's see if we can actually fix that and make that look slightly nicer. With M, I think. And then we need to toggle snapping, which does something. I am not very experienced with this modded situation yet. Like so? Does that work? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's quite nice. There we go. Sort of a slight outgoing shape. That is that's pretty neat. Yeah, let's have a look. So you need to be turned around then. Let's get off of M. Yeah, you need to be upgraded. You need to be upgraded. You need to be upgraded. And you need hardcore turning around. Like that. And then what I want to do is... do we pull that a bit further? The same sort of street? And then have the opera house sit in the middle? I think so. Let's have a look. Go in to there, maybe? Oh yeah, that works quite nicely because then we can connect onto the boulevard over there. So let's do that actually. Alright, what type of boulevard do we have over there? That is a bike lane one, which is this 4-lane bike lane. There we go. Perfect. And then we go back to 2-lane roads with grass from there to there, and that is flawless. Not that. There we go. That is flawless. Why are you being weird? Why don't you have grass on you? Is that just a thing you don't do on corners? That might just be a thing that you don't do on corners. Yeah, oh yeah. You can see that over here in the roundabout. That's just a thing that it doesn't do. That looks a little bit hideous, actually, but that is fine. Yeah, so what was I gonna do? Brain freeze. Opera house. In there. Oh no, I fucked something massively. That is 8. That is supposed to be 2 wider. Ugh, let me fix this. Okay, there we go, and I fixed up the zoning as well. Which I just clicked away. There we go. So this is now continuing as high residential. This is, this is just continuing the trend that it already had. I put a parking lot down here, although I might at some point try to download a mod that does, like a parking garage, like a multi-floor parking lot. I think that's a garage in English. Again, not a native English speaker. Yeah, but there you go. We now have an opera house in the middle of the city. I think that looks quite cool. I also wasn't quite sure what to do with this, so I'm just gonna let, for the time being, some little guys build some small commercial stuff there. I think that'll be all right. Additionally, what are we gonna do with this? That's just a bit weird, maybe. So maybe I'll build a path or something along there. That might be cool. What about this? This, I can see if I can turn this into a bit of a park. Move this sort of more out of the city, perhaps. You're almost full, so I'm gonna empty you. And then maybe when that's empty, I can see if I can move that maybe closer to the train station or something, because I want this to be more of a high residential zone. As it is now, or, as it will become a more touristy zone, actually. But that is a concern for the future. My more immediate concern is what we were going to do, is, the public transport mess that we were going to address. Nice, sort of rhyming thing going on there, I suppose. Let's see, you don't really want to go there, because that way you face the wrong way. That corner... This corner. That corner. This corner. I never know where to put these things. It probably doesn't really matter. But one there. Let's see, how many blocks shall we go? That would be 1, 2, 3. Maybe like in the middle of these 2 bus lanes? Or is that too close? That seems like it would be too close. It's a metro after all. It needs to go a bit far and a bit fast. So maybe just one in there and then one by the end. Leave a comment down below if you think this is enough or if it is too little. At least that one is close to those bus stops. This is walking distance from these bus stops. I think this will be okay. And then what I want to do is have a... Let's see. I might want to have this go in to, this area, but that is not my priority. What I actually really want is for the underground to go into this area. So let's see, there's a bus stop right there. That seems like quite a strategic place for it, perhaps. And then definitely continue on the other side of the road, where we could have one. Maybe sort of in the middle of all of these. Would that be something? No, because there's stuff built there, so that can't really build right on those connecting roads. But also, I think what I need to do soon, because this bit is expanding, is to have a bus line go the other direction as well. Just as like a sort of shuttle, just for this area. I actually think that this, just right by the entrance, right by the bus stops, might be a decent place for it. There you go, my friend. Okay, let's hope I didn't fuck us over there. I think that'll be okay. Actually, I want to maximize reach, right? So perhaps putting them just smack dab in the middle of these areas would be much more effective. Put you thereabouts as well. And put you right there as well. Now people, if they take their undergrounds from here, let's see, is there anyone coming off that train? Yes, actually. Are you guys all tourists? No, you live here, but you just move in via train. That's kind of cool though to see that actually works. But yeah, let's do our tunnels there. So, it would be neatest to go from the middle there into there, but that's route-wise not very handy. So I'm just gonna, bit shaky on the frame rate there. I'm just gonna go around like this for the time being. I don't know to what degree these guys break as well. Let's have you go up to your 12 meter normalness. And then -3. So there you go, -12. -12. Otherwise we're gonna get weird bumps in the city, I think. So right to thereabouts. And then back up to normal height, like so. And then of course it needs to go around the corner with a slight wider corner, I think. Just so they can keep their speed up a bit better. And then in there. And then in there. And then into the train station. Nope, I want a nice straight angle off there. A straight angle, that's not how things work. There we go. I think that's a nice looking underground idea. Do we see any shittery with where the tunnel comes back up? No, I think that's okay. In my trial run of this, I did not think of the fact that you would be able to see these tunnels above ground. So that's why I lowered them to -12 in here. Just so that you won't be able to see any bumps in the landscape, because it'll just look slightly dopey. Okay, in there, and then definitely in there, and then back again. Just so that we have one nice line through our residential into the industrial zone. And that will do us very good, I think. Let's just wait until daytime, which is almost, if you look down here, you can see the planets revolving around each other. Let's just wait until the daytime and see how good traffic is going to get there. I think that will be surprisingly good, actually. While that's happening, we can also sort out our bus lines, which we don't have any down here, so we need to start pulling some interesting stuff, I think, soon. Let's have a look. So I want to just extend these to down here. You can have a stop there, I guess, right by the tram station. And then I want you to go in there and the other way as well. Does that work? I think that roughly works, I'd say. Yeah, I think that's pretty decent. And then we're gonna do the same with this one, of course. So pull it all the way down. Are we starting a new line? No, I don't want to start a new line. I want to drag you all the way down there and you all the way down there. Then have you go to there-ish and to there-ish. Good, and then add some more stops along the way. Maybe one close to there, one there, and the same on the other side. Just so that people really have a lot of stops to choose from. That is okay. That is a 2-stop or 2-block distance. That's actually a bit much, maybe. Every 1 block. Right there. I'm gonna delete that one. I know you'll hate me for it, but that seems like a bit much. Do these have upkeep, by the way? I don't know. I just don't want the buses to stop too often. So let's see. Shall we pull this further down to in here so they have like a closer connection? Maybe we can do that, actually. Just in there, you to in there. Now I know that these guys have a stop very close to each other, which is not highly necessary, but yeah, I think this works. And then one there, which is 2 blocks, one there. So this stop and that stop is close together. Right, I think that works. We have extended our bus lines slightly. So everything is now somewhat interconnected. I don't know how this works. Right, that's a bit of a mess. I want to, at some point, make this middle boulevard, the center boulevard, slightly wider as well. But we can get to that later. That is not really a priority. Just, it's partly for looks and partly to make these tiny middle roads, like this. Make that slightly less congested, because that's just a little bit annoying. Okay, let's see. How are we doing here? Right, there's a lot of people pouring in there. That is excellent news. That is so good. I'm very happy about that. All right, good stuff indeed. This is not too congested. That is slightly congested. I need to adjust some stuff with my my modded activities in there, I think. But I'll do that in between the next 2 episodes, because for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to randomly push some of the positive buttons down below, and I shall see you. Nice overview. I will see you in the next one. Ciao!